Yo, the waiting is over. Yeah. Look, they say boxing is a death sport. Ashes to ashes, like trash in the alley. But cashes is cashes, which means we could compete. As long as I got breath in my lungs and my 2 feet and a strong heartbeat, we could rumble, young man. Put the gloves in your hands. The talking is over. All that we were arguing over is over. We could sit in silence before the noise and the roars and arena doors open. Before we throw hands, we satisfy the demands. This is for the fans, my legacy, my little mans who looked up at me like that. You're about to hurt them bad. Yo, this shit is serious. The big fish and the fisherman, the old man in the sea. But before you all see the violence and the bloodshed, we can sit in silence. But before you all see the violence and the bloodshed, we can sit in silence. Think you're a monster, don't you? Ugly by breathing vulture. AP's put it down my skyline. Notifications on my timeline. But this shit is the A side. Hey, you think you King Ghidorah? Hey, but this is King Nello, ninja, the king of the monsters. Take 3 of you to step to the giant, but I'm defiant. Face of boxing. I'm a legend, like the Mayans. Yeah. Let go. Nello. Let go. Nello. You think you King Ghidorah? You think you King Ghidorah? You think you King Ghidorah? You think you King Ghidorah?
Live, only on DAZN, July 12th. Ring 3. Berlanga versus Shirez and Stevenson versus Cepeda. They're in their prime, they're hungry, and they're done being called the future. Berlanga versus Shirez, Stevenson versus Cepeda. Ring 3, live, only on DAZN. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Live only on DAZN. He silenced Britain's best. Usyk, the Brit breaker, but now the dynamite is ready to explode. One night, one shot, and undisputed. Usyk versus Dubois 2. July 19th. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Up off that. Yeah. Yes. Up off. Bye. Hey! Y'all know what that is. Y'all know what day it is, huh? Yeah. It's hump day. Baby. We'll do it. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz, don't? All right, man, look. Look at who we have here. Let me see. A member for 20 months. Bye. What's going on with you? Let me see. Shannon Jonathan. What's going on with you? Whoops. All right, man. Look. First, I want to say this. Everybody, welcome to the hump day. If you haven't done it, please close out the chat, hit the like, and give it up for the Von.
Bring our lips with a laugh and do the cabbage patch. She's a pretty lady, and then sign some autographs. The Burnell man can shapoing boing.
It's nice, man. And wait a minute, I don't care what anybody say. I swear before Lord, I don't know what took us so long to give it up to the lady.
You should let me in. You deserve. No, you deserve better. Baby.
Oh, it's the Tyson Bell shit, baby. Let me see. When Benny B is coming. Love you, boy. Squad. Let me see. The truth, the entertainment, the showbiz. They can't handle your analysis sometimes, biz, because it's genuine. No bias, much love. Love you, boy. You know what? That's true. And I think some of it is, I don't know, I just want to argue. I think some people just, I get it. I just want to troll. Or maybe like, dang, you put something on my head, but I don't want to admit it. Hit the Tyson there. But we'll talk. And wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. First,
put it simply in here. I like surprises. I came here for prizes. Big booty and thighs is promising my guys is how I could get inside this. Stupid, I realize this, but there's so much I wanna know about you, but I don't really wanna know. That's what they say. You make it too hard for a nigga. I got you, but I got the time. Let's make it work.
Hit the Tyson man. I do that, my boy. And you know what? Dun, 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 dun. We outside.
You can have it when you're outside. You can lose a fight, see a chick, have a con without a vibe. You can ride a bike, see a nigga, and ask him if he's alright.
All right, hit the Tyson there. And that's the black Dojo. Guess got some cream in here. You know, this is actually a cup. It's the dopest cup. I love this so much. This cup is dope. Ms. Biz got it for me. Oh shit, yeah. And listen, before we get started to talk about whatever we got to damn say, we got to get inspired for the day. Everybody, it's time to squat up. Squat up. Let's go. Let's go, dog. Okay, all right, listen. Short show today. We're going to be talking about Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence Bud Crawford. I said, I am the first one I know to say this. This, you know, I never say I do this, I do that. I usually say we, the war room and stuff like this, but I know. I was the first one to say over a year ago, if Terrence Crawford wins, that's top 5 best fighters ever. Now he's saying Mount Rushmore, so that's 4. He said, put me on a Mount Rushmore, and I'm going to say facts. If he beats Saul Canelo Alvarez September 13th, I think he definitely goes on a Mount Rushmore of best boxers ever. Not greatest, because there's fighters who've done greater things, but best, let me explain. When I say best, I mean a fighter who I feel has a chance to beat anyone pound for pound. If he were to do that September 13th, I would give Terrence Crawford a chance versus anyone pound for pound. And we'll talk about that. Let me see. What's good? Agreed. He top 4 if he wins. Charles Baker, I'm happy we agree, brother. Tired of the narratives of Jake Reagan fights. Just be exhausted, brother. I ain't going to fight for you. Hit tight spell. Okay. We're also going to talk about Lamont Roach. I saw him on TMZ telling Javante to sit in the middle of the ring. We'll talk about how I feel about that. Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero was on Fight Hub. He said a few things that made me say yes. And this is why if Terrence Bud Crawford beats Canelo Alvarez September 13th, he's on the Mount Rushmore of best boxers ever. Also, Devin Haney, Brian Norman, the GOAT, Rolly, he talks about that too. Hit the Tyson bell. So we got some stuff to talk about. Let me see. Biz, who's the worst fangirls? Haney's or Bud? Haney, 100%. Okay, Haney fangirls are ridiculous. Okay. Before we get into all that, before we get into topics, I must say, I mean, I'm not going to ignore what happened today. Diddy. No, Diddy. Diddy said we bad boys for life. Diddy is found not guilty on 2 of the serious counts. That means the racketeering and the sex trafficking, he's found not guilty. So it's the lesser counts that he's found guilty for. That's a victory for Diddy. All right. Now, he may do time served. He may get out on bail, but Diddy is free. He's free. Now, hold on. I just want to say this. All right. This is my, I feel like I can talk to the war room. Okay. This is how I feel about it. Exactly how I felt from the very beginning. I wasn't sure of what he did. Wait, the lesser charges bring in 15 years though. No, that's up to the judge. It could be 2. That's just max you're talking. But listen, bruh. I wasn't sure of what he did. I do know he was tricking. All right. Now you can't go buy prostitutes and stuff. That's illegal. So, okay, that. What he did with Cassie, he already settled out of court like $30 million. So I was always trying to figure out what he did. That's all. That was my whole thing. I'm not saying he's guilty or not. I just couldn't wrap my head around the counts. I couldn't wrap my head around what he did. You know what I'm saying? That was Bud son, look up like dad, you about to hurt him back. Yeah, yes, Lord. Yo, Biz, not guilty and I'm filthy. Shout out Renee. Let me see. The Diddler could get out today. That's what I'm saying. He could get out today. He could get out today, out on bail, fresh out of jail, California dreaming. He could, you know what I'm saying? That brother said, don't worry if I write rhymes. I write checks. That brother could be okay. Let's move on. I do want to say this. I want to put this out there real quick. And here's a receipt because I do want to twist the knife. I do want to twist the knife for all of you, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder fanboys back in the day, calling me racial names and racial slurs because I was given the real. He did have a dent in his head. He shouldn't have fired Mark Breland. When he said, to this day, I'm like, but that's contradiction to how he's moving, right? Hold on, let me see. Quick question. I agree with the Mount Rushmore statement, but do you think he's better than Floyd? If he does, and where does that put Floyd on the best fighters ever list? I don't have Floyd as one of the best fighters ever. I would have Terrence Crawford over him. Yeah. Let me see. Got kicked out of another live chat for calling Cassie. Guess it was too soon. Yeah, it's too soon. Oh yeah. What do I shoot about before the if Bud wins at 168, that's better than Ray Leonard beating Hagler as his first fight at middleweight because he's 38. There's some reasons. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. Hold on for a second. Hey Boogie, Diddy is guilty of flying in. Yeah, what a joke. Yeah, I mean, he was tricking. You know what I'm saying? That happens. Okay, everybody. When everybody was calling me names, said to this day and all that stuff, and I'm like, yo, it's just there was no consistency for y'all to go there. I'm gonna have to hit y'all with a receipt just to twist the knife. I'm sorry. Here's a quick receipt. Receipts, motherfucker!
I did the clothing for Deontay Wilder. Everybody said they were the best ring walk outfits in boxing history. Basically, it was the biggest fight. He was the heavyweight champion. And he fought Fury. I made him this beautiful outfit, like he's in Caesar's Palace. I'm in the locker room. We are friends. But there's something weird about him that day. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, Deontay, I just made you a $65,000 outfit. Like, you wanted something intimidating. I said, you better win this fight. You hear me? But he wasn't himself that day. I think the component got in his head, because if you Google this guy, Fury, like Deontay's 6'7", Fury's 6'9". So anyway, he loses the fight, and I'm mortified. I'm like, oh my God. He gets his ass kicked like a rag doll, okay? The next day, the New York Times, Deontay loses, but the outfit wins, right? And then it says Deontay loses because the outfit was too heavy. Oh, he threw me under the bus, girl. I was like, make it stop. I can't. So every time you get on the cusp of being like really famous, and I'm like, that's my ticket.
You get kicked in the
Damn. So anyway, he called me. He goes, it wasn't me who made that come out. It was the publicist and his coach. Anyway, long story short. So he goes, but Cosmo, don't worry. I'm going to go back to fighting, and you're going to make my clothes to the end.
You're going to make my clothes to the end. I just want to say this. That has nothing against Wilder. Wilder, a grown-ass man, he can do what he wants. I'm talking to the fanboys, and I'm future-proofing for the Devin Haney fanboys specifically. All right? When I give a boxing take, don't go jumping at my personal life and judging my personal life off of damn boxing take. Y'all make that mistake every damn time. Y'all don't know how fighters are moving. All right? You don't know what they're doing. You calling me all these black racial names, and you're coming at my wife and kids and shit in my personal damn life over a boxing take. Keep it boxing. Keep it boxing. If you disagree, say I disagree with this take because of this. But don't go jumping at my personal life. And that's the black two sugars. All right? Hit the Tyson bait. That's the damn black two sugars. People say one thing, do the listen. Let's just keep it boxing. All right? Let me see. He got too much oil babies out here, ashy. I'm a Riot fan, but his being wild and let me see. Didn't he say he would go to prison if he lost against the GOAT Rolly? I don't remember. Let me see. Gross. I mean, that I'm not judging her either. Let me see with Diddy. I'm not judging them at all. All right. I'm just saying don't come at my personal life. Keep it boxing. I'm sorry, brother. That pisses me off. Hey, brother, don't let it. Big facts, bro. All right, hit the Tyson bell. Okay, hold on. Let me see. It's time to work. It's time to work. Okay, let's work. We got 1,000 people in here. Thank you guys for showing up and showing out. Everybody, make sure you hit the like. It's time to work. Listen, I want to start with a receipt from Rolly talking about Crawford and Canelo before I state my case.
Oh no, I definitely didn't say Crawford could win. I said I hope so. But you don't move up to the weight divisions artificially and expect to win. Like, bro, like there's that's not something that happens, you know? I mean, are you still gonna be fast? And like, bro, like the jump from, let's say, for instance, 35 to 47 is 12 pounds, while really 47 to 68 or 54 to 68 is a lot more weight, you know? And you're talking about a dude that's been camping at that division. Like, I'm gonna ask you, like, do you think Crawford punches harder than Triple G? Do you think Crawford is more durable than Triple G?
Depends what light it is.
Triple G has a granite jaw.
He does. He absolutely does.
Do you think Crawford's
undefeated?
So there's a lot of undefeated people that, Devin Haney's undefeated. Devin Haney's undefeated.
But controversial.
I know you don't move up weight divisions artificially. You move up weight divisions when your body tells you to move up. So every fight that moved up weight divisions artificially, it's very rare that it goes good.
And that's from the GOAT Rolly. All right. Now, let's keep that in mind as I build my case. Was Diddy pissed when he was mad at Cassie? Don't stop. You stop. You guys stop. All right. Here we go. The GOAT spitting. All right. Now let me state my case. When I say that Saul Canelo Alvarez is going to knock out Crawford, I don't see it any other way. That means that if Bud wins, it's incredible. All of you Bud buddies who say Bud's going to win easily, once again, you're diminishing the accomplishment. What are you going to say if he wins? I'm the one who's going to give him credit more than you, who thinks it's easy. I know how difficult it is. I know how hard Bud is going to have to work to accomplish it. What do you mean? What am I going to say if he does? If he does it, if he accomplishes it, it is highly unlikely that he can. So if he does, Mount Rushmore, top 4 best fighters ever. And here's why. And here's why. Okay? Because like I said, when you're a fanboy, you only accept BJs. You don't understand what a criticism means. You don't understand what is actually being said. But I'm going to speak to your behalf because it's true, in my opinion. If Bud Crawford beats Canelo September 13th, Mount Rushmore, best boxers ever. Hold on, let me see. Renee loves the love. Shouts out to what the hell? Okay, hit Tyson Bell. Let me break it down. All right. But you are a Canelo fanboy. I got a duck right there because I call him a duck for ducking David Benavidez. That duck represents him, and I sung a song about it, acting like Bobby Brown. Leave me the hell alone, bro. I'm the realest one. All right. You're fake. So let me break this down. Okay. I'm going to break it down by asking you a question. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Well said, Bizmaster. Personal insults are the go-to for people who can't argue facts. Yep. As far as Crawford versus Canelo, our hope is fire. Much love. That's what I hope the most. All right. Now listen. Tell me a fighter who has started their career at lightweight and fought a fight at super middleweight. Let me see. Are you coming to see O'Shea Jones defend the belts? Oh, no, I'm not going to be there. Love you, boy. Somebody said Roy Jones. Stop. I said lightweight. Use your brain. Sugar Ray Leonard started at 140. I said lightweight. Roberto Duran fought a middleweight, not super middle. Okay. Sam Langford fought at lightweight and he fought at heavyweight. Let me see. Didn't Pacquiao do that? No. The highest he fought was 152. I said super middleweight, 168. Iran Barkley was at 160. I said super middleweight. Iran Barkley was at 160. Once again, start at lightweight and fight a fight at super middleweight. Now, listen, Carl the Tooth Williams. Listen. Sam Langford. That was over 100 years ago. He fought Joe Gans. He fought the fireman Jim Flynn at heavyweight. So he fought Joe Gans at lightweight, and he had fights at heavyweight. Hell, he fought Jack Johnson at heavyweight. Sam Langford is ridiculous. Okay? That's over 100 years ago. But you can name a fighter. Sam Langford. Henry Armstrong never went from lightweight to super middle. I want you guys to listen before you name names. Google it if you don't know. Now, let's make it even more unlikely. Name a fighter who started at lightweight to fight for undisputed at super middleweight. Name a fighter to fight at lightweight and fight for undisputed at super middleweight. There's none. Let's go a little bit further. Name a fighter that started at lightweight, fought for undisputed at super middleweight against one of the best fighters of all time. Zero. Let's go further. Name a fighter that started at lightweight to fight for undisputed at super middleweight against one of the greatest fighters of all time, who is 3 years younger than him. Today, the sports fan, the boxing fan, the consumer, the viewer don't understand the value of certain accomplishments. They don't understand what it takes to accomplish some shit. They just running off words. What Bud Crawford is attempting to do on September 13th has never been done before. And let me go further. It has very rarely been attempted. And I'm saying only a portion of it. Going from lightweight to super middleweight has only been done from lightweight to super middle. That was done 100 years ago by Sam Langford. Now, let me break something down for you. Pacquiao, Roy Jones Jr. I'm going to break something down for you that are facts. Hear me out. Pacquiao jumped up many weight divisions from like flyweight to 152. Roy Jones going from middleweight to heavyweight. Highly unlikely. But it's easier to do that than to go from lightweight to super middle. You want to know why? It's true. Hold on. Let me read some comments before I break all this down. Let me read some comments. A lot of comments I can't read because y'all just talking. Let me see. Number one, Biznatic here. Great point, Biz. I didn't think about that. That's why I'm here to learn and be entertained. Love you, boy. Thank you, brother. Let me see. None but closest one would be Duran and Sam Langford. Let me see. Andre Bishop from Fight Night Champion. Right. Some cartoon shit. I love that you said that. Yeah, somebody. Let me see. It'll definitely be an unlikely victory if it happens. Impossible. This is our real life Rocky IV Biz. Yep. Bud wins as big as Buster's upset, if not more. Yes. But for some reason the odds are so it won't be as big of an upset. Let me see. Sugar Ray Leonard beat Lalonde at light heavyweight by KO. Impressive stuff. Yes. We're not just mentioning a bunch of impressive stuff right now. All right. We're not doing that right now. He started at 140. All right. We're not just talking about just a bunch of impressive stuff right now. Okay. We're talking about that particular thing, that particular accomplishment. All right. Now listen. It is easier to go from flyweight to 150 to 147 than it is to go from lightweight to super middle. It's easier, not that it's easy, it's easier. I don't want people to get hurt. So you have to listen. It's easier to go from middleweight to heavyweight than from lightweight to super middleweight. Let me tell you why, okay? None of these people are 38 years old. They are comparing Bud to. Exactly, Matt. Let me tell you why. Because of body types. There are small men and there are big men. The welterweight division is the biggest of the small men. So it's highly unlikely for a small man, someone who is capable of weighing 135 as an adult, ever. If you're capable of weighing 135, your frame is capable of doing that as an adult, it's very difficult for that person to go beyond welterweight and fight at super middle and become a big man. That is very different. If your frame is at middleweight, that's your frame. You can get to heavyweight. You can get to 200 a little easier than to be a small frame dude and get past that and become a big man. That is very unlikely. That is very unlikely. Let me see. Your frame can only hold so much. You got that right, brother. Let me see. Bud is going to beat the... Okay, I understand your racism. Listen, bruh, it is highly unlikely. That's a fact, especially at 38. That's why I believe that if Devin Haney or other fighters move past 154, they might as well stop fighting because it's no longer worth the damage. Bruh, bone density and everything different. If your body can make 135 as an adult and you actually have fights there, to become a big man is that's why it's not done. That's why Sam Langford is the only one who could do some shit like that. Let me see. Bud fighting Nello, Heart of the Lion, best chin in the game, highly defensive, and IQ is diabolical. And people on here talking the biggest shit. Keep it one. I'm saying. So when Bud buddies cry real tears because I think Canelo wins and call me crazy, I'm talking about, I'm picking the guy to win against something that has never been done ever. Now, I want Bud to win. I hope he wins. But I would be irresponsible as an analyst to say he does. If it's never been done. Never. Now, you can say he'll be the type to do it, fine. But it's never been done. Let me tell you this. Floyd Mayweather beating Canelo ain't got shit on Crawford beating Canelo if he beats Canelo September 13th. And that's the black two shit. Ain't got shit on it. It ain't close to the same. It ain't close to the same. Flex on him. Very first time watching Crawford versus Rios gave me chills, like watching my GOAT Sugar Ray. He passed Ward as my current #1 fighter versus Gamboa. Win or lose, my GOAT now. Holy shite. If he goes for four-time undisputed Crawford #1 Mount Rushmore, that'd be some incredible shit. It would. That's why I'm pulling for Crawford in the fight. I want to see and witness greatness in my time. Nothing against Canelo. Exactly. But it doesn't mean I have to project that he wins. But with his eyes near shut, going to say, I did my best. Canelo is a great fighter. Post interview, that's what I think. Bud will be humbled. I mean, that's not a great thing to say. Let me see. I don't want anybody humbled. Honestly, if Bud wins, it probably never be done again. Yep. And if he doesn't win, it'll probably never happen. That's how I see it. Matt, you're killing it. Coming from 22-year-old boxing fan, you can argue Canelo has a better chin, equal IQ to Crawford, plus a tougher resume. All those things can definitely be argued. Yes. Fangirls can't see logic. Remember, he wrestled right, and he beat Spence. And Biz thought Spence would win. And Miz Biz is Mexican. Oh, let me see. I can appreciate what Bud is doing, but does it take away from his accomplishments if he make it look easy? if he makes it look easy, let me tell you. If he makes it look easy, that brings a lot of light to the Arrow fight. If he beats Canelo, it brings a light to Arrow. It's just like, hey, brother, let me tell you, he'd just be a guy. Let me tell you what Crawford would be if he beats Canelo. When you look at his resume, well, his resume ain't really that great. So it's one victory. He'll be Black Murderers Row. No one questions if Charlie Burley and Eddie Booker and Kid Chocolate. No one questions if those guys on Black Murderers Row were the best ones doing it. They just didn't get the opportunity. So they all fought each other, but nobody questions it. Crawford was avoided. If he beats Canelo, his resume will be because of avoidance. He's Black Murderers Row, bro. And let me tell you this. What Floyd did versus Nello would be shit in comparison. I don't care if Crawford squeaks out a victory versus Canelo. Floyd fought a wet behind the ears Canelo who came down to him. Crawford's going up 2 to 3 weight classes, 3 years his senior, with no rehydration clause. That is dumb. If Crawford and Canelo chose to fight at a catch weight, it ain't got shit on this. It'll be still a good accomplishment, but it wouldn't be close to this. Not close. I don't think y'all understand the magnitude. Let me see. This fight might be closer to walk around weight. That's not good. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think you get it. Wait, brother. Ms. Biz Mexican, I bet you eat good. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. If he makes it look easy versus Canelo, might as well fight for undisputed 2 at 175. That's exactly how I see it. That's exactly how I see it. But let me tell you who would be on the Mount Rushmore of best fighters, in my opinion. Best. Not greatest. Best. All right? On the Mount Rushmore of best fighters. Sugar Ray Robinson. Henry Armstrong. Sam Langford. And Terrence Bud Crawford. Jack Johnson was just that heavyweight. Those guys, no Ali. Ali's just a heavyweight. Those guys are insane. Pacquiao's close. But I saw him knocked out against Marquez and stuff like that. It would be Sam Langford. Sam Langford fought Joe Gans, Steve Ketchel, and Jack Johnson. Brother, you can't. He fought Joe Gans, one of the greatest lightweights ever. Stanley Ketchel, who is one of the greatest middleweights ever, and Jack Johnson, one of the greatest heavyweights ever. Sam Langford's probably the best fighter ever. A division, I understand. Best fighters, he lost to Floyd. So Floyd's better than him. If Terrence Crawford beats Canelo, Sugar Ray Robinson, I ain't say greatest, I said best, right? Eric Morales beating Floyd May. Sugar Ray Robinson, Sam Langford, Henry Armstrong, Terrence Bud Crawford. I will give it to Bud, even if he loses like Triple G. I'm already, yeah. Him taking the fight, I'm already. 4-time undisputed in history in front of your eyes. Epic, never done. We'll see, brother. I'm not jumping ahead of Canelo. I can't. There's no way. Let me see. Biz, what your favorite type of tacos? All of them, bro. They all delicious. I don't know if he moved up again and beat Bivol 2. Clearly unlikely. He would be like between number 1 and number 2 ever, period. If he does something like that, yeah. If he does something like that, yo, if you think he's the greatest fighter ever, you got it. Solid list. Thank you so much. If he does something like that, you got it, bro. If he beats Bivol, and at this point, you got it. You got it. You got it. He's a miracle man. He's Batman. If Terrence, he's Batman, bro. I think I'm gonna have to move on though. Let me see. Biz, when the last time Errol made 140, 135? Never. He was a child, I believe. Let me see. Will it do the same to Canelo if he KO Bud? No. Why would you ask a question like that? Why would you ask a question like that? Why would you ask a question like that? I need to know where your brain at. Why would you ask a question like that? If Shaquille O'Neal dunks on Allen Iverson, posterizes him, is that the same as if Allen Iverson dunks on Shaq, knocks him to the ground and poster? Is that the same thing? Let me see. Canelo needs to beat Bivol in a rematch, beat Benavidez, and win against another big name to be on Mount Rushmore conversation. He can't. Not that he can't beat him. Canelo can't do. He will have Mount Rushmore. He will have to beat Usyk, bro. Like there's nothing Canelo, because Canelo to me isn't greater than Floyd. Let me see. LOL, y'all killing me with the wrestling is Bud wins. That's the first thing I'm going to say to y'all. I told you he can wrestle. Right? Yeah, say that quick. See, listen. If Crawford wins, a tear may drop my eye. Let me see. I know it's your list, your opinion, but why no Ali, Floyd, or Roy? Love what you're doing, Biz. Love you, boy. No, the Roy thing, it could be Roy. As best, it could be Roy. Muhammad Ali, the thing would be the fact that he just fought at heavyweight. You know what I mean? But he is one of the greatest, best fighters, yeah. But that's my reasoning. Because of what Henry Armstrong and them, best fighters, all the stuff you're giving up. All the stuff you're giving up. Now, Floyd is one of them. Best fighters ever. He's one of them. My thing is, when it comes to best fighters, to me, is how you did it. And I mean as far as punishing. Sugar Ray Robinson did it in a way where he whooped your ass. Crawford, same thing. Henry Armstrong, same. Sam Langford hit a heavyweight, and they're like, that's the hardest I ever been hit. Best fighters. When it makes no sense what Sugar Ray Robinson was doing. It makes no sense what Henry Armstrong was doing. And if Terrence Crawford beats Canelo, that makes no sense. Floyd makes sense. Right? He's one of the best fighters, period. But I wouldn't put him there. Like, I don't put him over Sugar Ray Leonard. It's just different. It's just different. Let me see. Ali is the greatest because of how he transformed the sport and hundreds of millions of people. Yep. Radio, television, and whatnot. Yeah, all that stuff. All that stuff. Okay. Let's move forward. Here's what Lamont Roach had to say on TMZ, we're going past the hour. I didn't know that was going to happen. But here's what Lamont Roach had to say on TMZ, and here's my take.
I know that Devontae kind of blamed the hair grease, and the hairstylist came out and talked about it. So what advice do you want to give him maybe for the next fight going into the rematch?
Either way, I'm not trying to hit that shit. I'm not trying to hit that. I'm not trying to hit none of that. Just know, meet me in the middle of the ring. Then we're going to see Steve out the ring.
You've hinted that Tank hasn't signed the contract yet. Can you speak to that?
No, I can't speak to that.
Okay. So, I mean, you're smelling really hard.
Get your ass in the gym. Brother, how? Y'all know what y'all saw. Y'all know opinion on Salvador Sanchez. Go, yeah, he's amazing. I'm talking about him all the time. Y'all know what y'all saw. Y'all know what y'all saw. I'm not the only one that read the body language. See, here's the thing. See, Shakur Stevenson told me you got to be careful with what you say on your huge platform and what you say to us fighters, how it can affect us. He's right. But y'all got to meet me halfway. Brother, y'all know what y'all saw, but here's the thing. I'm going to go further. He said, or he implied, that Tank Davis didn't sign the contract yet for the fight in August 16th. Roach, I'm going to say this once. That contract has the date, place, everything on it. If he signs that contract 2 weeks before the fight's on. Brother, you got to get in the gym. Tank is playing. Tank is over there training like his life depends on it, but not signing the contract. And you think, hey, I don't know, it may not be a fight. I said it before and I say it again. Sugar Ray Leonard did that shit to Duran for the No Mas fight. He did that shit to Duran, bro. Duran had no idea. Sugar was training and everything and then started negotiating. After training and feeling good, Duran was partying. He was on the I Beat Sugar Ray Leonard tour in Panama, partying. Leonard was training. And then said, you know, I think I want to get back in there. And made a deal with Duran's management. By the time Duran knew there was a fight, that brother was so out of shape, it was ridiculous. That's how No Mas happened. He couldn't cut off the ring. He was too tired to chase him. It was over with. That brother's holding on. He's holding on to that contract. Mess around signing a day before the fight. Let me see, Biz, how far is Zurdo Ramirez? What do you mean? Above 41 wins, 31 KOs. Zurdo 47 wins, 30 KOs, but 1 loss. Okay. Where does Zurdo rank based on who they fought? Ranked on all time or today? I mean, he's not pound for pound today. Let me see. Oh, Philo! What up, girl? Hey! What? Airman Jazz front and center. Oh! Oh! Flex on him. Safe. Left hand on him. Left hand on you. Left hand on him. Pow, King Kong. Hey, got. Oh, Airman Jazz. What up, girl? What you doing? They let you out? Oh, shit. Hey, hold on. She outside.
Niggas sick to the stomach. I been getting to the money. Everybody, man. Think I'm getting too much
job you doing, girl. She came to the war room. Oh my God! First, she just put her toe outside and came right to the war room. Let me see. Where do I do research on Sam, brother? Come on. If you don't know how to look up shit, come on, hit the Tyson bell, bruh. Listen, man. Listen. Just hit up Amazon. Get some books online. Get a few books. Read the books. That's what I do. Read the books, bro. Philo! Oh, missed my explanation. Oh, I forgot what you asked, my brother. If Canelo, brother, what was your explanation, brother? That's a hard find. Okay. Read more. Yeah, read. All right. Okay. Let's go forward. Bud Crawford speaking to Conor Ben. Check this shit out.
That's what was fucking. Where's mine was just off it. Pull it out. Straight line. Oh, like, it's few adjustments that need to be made and we just work on it. You know what I mean? Constantly. Get it more shape. Denise. You heard him. He's just too tired. That's it.
You see how solid he told Conor Ben that? And get in more shape. Yeah, but you were pulling straight back. Listen, that's the answer. Conor Ben was pulling straight back and he was getting hit on the way out from Chris Eubank. I know that because Bud said it. Bud say that shit and he say it like that when you like, but game over. Game over. Use your angles. Fight's over. I personally, when you said Conor Ben need to get in more shape, I personally think Conor Ben was sitting down on his punches too much. So of course it burnt him out the last 2 rounds. He was coming with everything. But if you fight a little bit smarter, you don't have to fight as hard. He said you pulling straight back. Game. Game, bro. If Crawford says, all right, hold on. Let's move forward. I want y'all to check out Floyd Schofield Jr. Papa Skull. The way he's popping his gums right here. Shout out to Showtime Sean Porter and his podcast. All right. Check out.
Because the subconscious is what's running in that ring. So he wasn't in that ring. The programming was in that ring. Yeah. So I knew we was knocking him out. The same way I'm telling y'all, we'll knock Shakur out within 3 rounds. Easy. And it's so easy. Personal with him, so. And Tank will stop Tank. Easy. And people think I'm crazy. They've been saying it, Sean, forever. Look what he did to somebody who wasn't stopped in 13 years.
Hey, Pops.
2-time champion in 13 years.
Hey, Pops.
That's not away like it's nothing.
Hey, Pops.
He didn't even break a sweat.
Hey, Pops. That's not Shakur Tank, though.
Shakur is easy. Who thinks Shakur fight to become great?
Y'all had him.
Give me 1 A level. 1. Come on now. Give me
down,
1.
Pop, sit down.
I'll wait for any of y'all. I'm not even gonna ask 2. So all I'm saying is, and I'm not discrediting him. We fighters. We this is what we do. He's a 3rd generation. This is all we know. So we know a different cloth of fighting, not you 2 fighting. That's top rank built marketing. That's what y'all seeing. He is not like that when it comes to fighting. When he get his jaw broke, he's not gonna want to fight. He's gonna grab. Trust me, he's not like that. None of them. The only one like that is Tank.
Okay.
Tank is the only one like that, and that's why I said I was gonna wait 2 years before Floyd fought Tank. But all them other dudes, the Devin, they can't take punches. I watched it out of my own eyes with him as a kid before he even got this body or the experience. They can't take punches. It's punches. I even watched him beat Mason up so bad. I told him, yo, why don't you just work defense, Floyd? I just had to make him work defense with Mason. Then he went in there after that and beat up Mason brothers and everybody else. Floyd is on a different level. No fighter was programmed boxing. No school. All his life studying the 5 styles of boxing. Training with people like Sean Porter, all these champions. No fighter in history was developed like that. So when it comes to a level, he's the level. And we willing to prove it.
Let me tell you what it is. I'm going to tell you what it is. Me personally. He's probably right. He's probably right. I just don't like his forehead. And that should have nothing to do with how I feel about his analysis of his damn son. He's given his analysis based on first person view and experience on the topic. Maybe a bit biased. He should be. But considering everything he said and what just happened with Tevin Farmer, he may be telling the truth. But I don't like his damn forehead. So that's something I got to deal with. You get what I'm saying? It has nothing to do. That's something, self-responsibility. That's something I have to deal with. That's in my spirit. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to really consider that those who hate on the war room, hate on the biz, talk about my eyes and shit and how I scream and the taco hat and whatever pisses y'all off. Don't let that overshadow my analysis. And I'm speaking from experience because his forehead. You know what I'm saying? His analysis is probably dead ass accurate. But I'm going to judge it on his forehead. That's something I got to deal with. Nothing to do with big skull. Let me see. Put the hypnotize on. There's a lot we can do. I'm trying so hard. Let me see. I need a wingman like that when I go outside. Oh my God. Can you imagine if you step in a club and no one could buy bottles like ShowBizz. Nobody can dress like him, girl. Wait a minute, girl. Wait. Nobody got a blonde BBL on the back of their head like him. Do you understand? Look at him. Nobody's shoulders are as broad. Nobody walk with the glow of the show. Let me see. I'm sold. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Best salesman ever. If he was a car salesman, there won't be one car on the lot. Let me see. One hell of a dog. Let me see. Teofimo is like that. He just goofy. Teofimo's the truth. He's the truth. Boxing wise, the guy's got skills. It is what it is, brother. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay, let's move on. We got one more thing. Okay, we may make the hour. Good. Let me see. Put the head on. Yeah, somebody say glazing. He can't even talk good about his son. Listen, bro. I'm going to ask you guys for some advice. Okay, and I'm talking to the insecure out there. Whatever's wrong with y'all, because there's something obviously wrong with y'all. All right. If a brother say anything, it's either glazing, hating, or cooning. Why are we so negative? Why do we hate each other? Why do we hate each other? If you give love, that's glazing. If you criticize, that's hating. If you do either to someone that's a different race, it's cooning. Well, why do we hate each other, bro? What's up? I just really want to know that, bro. Why? Let me see. No more business here. Don't get them started. I'm just the hate, the negativity, the anger. My Shakur Stevenson interview glaze. But when I criticize Shakur, hate. Talk good on Canelo, cooning. That's the way it makes me sad. It's really disgusting. It's really disgusting. Let me see. Don't forget, it's all the same thing. That's all the same thing. We hate each other, bro.
All right, everybody. Let's move on. One more thing to talk about. If you're a Devin Haney fan, leave. Because y'all the number one negative people in the world. You're a Devin Haney fanboy, go. Not a fan, but a fanboy. Go. I'm gonna give you some time. Because this ain't even hatred. I'm just gonna respond to what Rolly has to say. But y'all got to go. You have to leave. It's time. I need the views to drop. Let me see. Our greatest enemy is ourselves. I'm Mexican and black, and it's the same on both cultures. Yep. Let me see. Society hates to hear the truth. Hashtag squad. Hit the Tyson bell. I'm gonna give y'all some time because the views not dropping. I need the views to drop. I'm pretty sure there's Devin Haney fanboys here. Why sit here to hear some shit you can't take? Go. Let me see. Cycles weren't broken and programmed mindset. It is a program mindset. I do know why. All right, let me see. Not so much hate, maybe not enough love. That's a good point. The views increased. Fine. Okay. I just know this is your fault when you start crying and leaking and all the stuff y'all do. This is your fault. All right. Here's what Rolly had to say.
Brian Norman's a tremendous fighter. He punches hard and all that stuff. I hope they put that fight in a small ring, and they put ankle weights on both of them so Devin Haney don't run around like a turkey with his head cut off.
Who do you think wins?
Oh, I hope Brian Norman flatlines him.
But who do you think wins? What does the boxing IQ, boxing mind of Rolly Romero think happens in this fight?
This is Brian Norman's pro debut. It's not saying nothing. This is Brian Norman's first test. So this is pro debut. So we'll see how Brian Norman does, And if he's able to pressure Devin or if Devin's going to run around like a turkey, We'll see if, Brian Norman's going to have to work on cutting off the ring a lot because, obvious reasons.
Very last one. Did you hear about Turkey's comments talking about no Tom and Jerry running around the ring? Obviously, he would have been referring to what happened with Devin and other fighters as well. What did you make of those comments?
Look, the Tom and Jerry thing, right? So no Tom and Jerry, but you're going to keep giving these Tom and Jerry fighters opportunities. That's how I feel about it.
I'm going to say this. All right. Oh, run around like a turkey. Put the weights on. I'm going to say this, bro. I was trying to avoid this. What he said at the end, he said, you don't want Tom and Jerry fights, but you keep giving these Tom and Jerry fighters opportunities. This is where the Haneys were. And I'm only talking to boxing fans, Haney fans, or just human beings. This is where the Haneys were. They were either going to get blackballed because you couldn't afford to pay them and take a chance on putting on a fight that can go like what was shown against Ramirez. Either they were going to get blackballed. The only way to get them back in the ring is to do the other option. Throw them in there against a killer. It was like, we're not going to get him in a ring unless it's against Mr. 6 weeks. Smaller ring and Mr. 6 weeks against Norman Bates. Now, if you come out of there, you can get hired again. That's the Black Two Sugars. Smaller ring. We don't want no more Tom and Jerry shit. If you fight in a Tom and Jerry way, you won't get hired again. And you'll probably lose the fight. The judges would be like, we don't score for that.
We're going to score towards the aggressor. So all of the things are taken away from him. You got to come out of there. You got to go in that dark alley and come out. Remember 300 when that kid and the wolf, Leonidas was a kid and that wolf, and he was walking, that wolf was hungry? He has to come out of there. And if you come out of there, you put on a good fight. You don't even got to win, but put on a fight like a fighter. You get hired again. Prisoners of the moment. Nothing was spectacular about beating a guy with cocked eye. Jesus, I ain't gonna read the rest of that. The disrespect is too much. That's the Black Two Sugars. I was as soon as I saw that fight with Devin Haney and Ramirez and William Skull against Canelo, I said, how can we assure that the customer can feel secure in purchasing a William Skull fight or a Devin Haney fight again? So I said the no running rule. They all cried. The Devin Haney fans cried. But I knew you got to either do that or he won't get in the ring. Nobody would pay for a fight. So what did His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh say? Smaller rings. 147, first fight, Brian Norman, Mr. 6 weeks. Knocked the guy unconscious, can't remember 6 weeks, with a left hook. Hey, man, you made up the Devin Haney rule. You hating on Haney. I was trying to come up with a way to feel secure to hire him again. That's the Black Two Sugars. I panicked. I'm like, okay, how can we assure that every time you buy a fight, you feel confident with spending your money? That's the Black Two Sugars, bro. That's what I think happened. Let me see. ShowBizz, the adult A-Biz, you know any good sites for buying tickets in the USA? I want to go to Crawford versus Canelo. Never been to a USA event before. I was thinking of the Ticket Masters and stuff, but I'm going to be able to go without, you get what I'm saying? Because I'm a part of you dig. So how are you guys paying for tickets now? The last time I bought a ticket was Ticketmaster, and I paid for the Canelo versus Charlo fight, Jamel Charlo fight. And before that, Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. I bought the tickets for those. It was a lot of money too, because I have floor seats right by the ring for me and Ms. Biz, both fights. But since then, I've been a part of the business more to show up to the fights. Let me see. What do you think it take to be the GOAT? I don't think anyone could be the GOAT. I think that time passed. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. A year ago, I came across your show looking at all this crazy shit. A year later, all genius to me. Watch every episode. Keep it up. Love you, boy. Thank you, brother. A lot of times it's kind of like a shock. Like, what the hell? Who is this brother? Then after a minute, it's like, yo, my man making some sense. Okay. What does it take to be the GOAT? This is the last thing I'm going to speak on. Tomorrow, we're going to do a video. Facts Friday is the 4th of July. I'll be with my family. Honestly, I got to start getting, go grocery shopping and stuff and I'm hosting this year for the 4th. Okay. Boxing is the GOAT. Yeah. What it takes to be the GOAT, I think that time has passed. Because like what me and Teddy Atlas was talking about on Ring Magazine, because the time and the demographic and everything has a lot to do with what makes you the GOAT. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is there's nothing Terrence Crawford Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao can do that is greater than what Muhammad Ali did, or what Sam Langford did, or what Jack Johnson did, or what Sugar Ray Robinson did, right? You cannot, when you look at Errol Spence and the car accident and how it affected him afterwards and how great of a story that was to even get back in the ring, that's worth a movie. And it took years for him to come back. But Willie Pep survived an airplane accident and came back and won and continued to win. He was in a full body cast, a full body. He survived an airplane crash and came back in far less time than Errol. Shit was just crazier then. Get what I'm saying? Look at Usyk. No, you don't know better. If you think Usyk is any equivalent to Muhammad Ali or Sugar Ray Robinson, you just don't know better. You're not worth the conversation. You're not worth the conversation. Let me see. Oh, shit. Flex on him. Sip, 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 sip. Left hand on him. Left hand on you. Left hand on him. Pow, King Kong. Ain't got on Ghost. Let me see. Norman gonna baptize Haney, brother. Hold on, bro. Yeah, I don't think Haney has much of a chance. But I gotta give you your love, brother. Hold on. Hit the Tyson bell. Oh, let me see. Yeah, brother. Love you, boy. I've never seen you flex before. Thank you so much, brother. Let me see. Bro, look at what he accomplished. You need to read more books. You're ignorant. Brother, if you are knowledgeable and said that, that's impossible. You can't be knowledgeable and say that. That is impossible. That is impossible. It is impossible for you to be knowledgeable and say that. It's impossible. Impossible. Arguing that would be a waste of breath. Let me see. Biz, before you go, could you play the original Hit the Like clip? Gotta include it in the intro again. I got you. Let me see. Spence have a chance to have 2 careers. There's stuff I know, but I can't say. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me play the original Hit the Like real quick. Let me play the original Hit the Like. Where is it? Dude, where is it? That shit old as hell, brother. You got this.
Hit the like, your fingers over here be like, there's nothing to hit the like, you know what you like.
Hit the Tyson bell. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this real quick. Okay. If you have a fighter, try to imagine that you're told that if you win a fight, you're going to be hung. The government's against you, everybody against you. If you win the fight, we're going to hang you. And here's the thing. They can do it and get away with it. Do you know there was a law? I'm going to teach you some history. There was a law that if a bunch of people hang you, if a bunch of white men hang you, then it was justified. If one, no. But if a bunch, that means that it was agreed upon that you should be hung, and it's social justice. So if a mob hangs you, it was legal. Did you know that? So you're told if you win the fight, you get hung. And you do it by knockout, and you smile doing it. Do you know after that fight, It was one of the biggest race riots in American history. Do you know how many people were killed after that fight? Don't bring up Usyk. Don't bring up Usyk, bro. And accomplishments. Don't bring up Usyk, bro. Just so you know. People don't realize just how good 90s plus previous generations were. They don't understand it. I know. They need to watch the fights. You can see a huge skill gap. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Hit the Tyson bell. All right, so thank you guys for showing up and showing out. ShowBizz, the adult. Listen, tomorrow we got some more Black 2 Sugars dropping Thursday. We got another Black 2 Sugars on the 4th, Williams Zapata. I think Hamza Shiraz Black 2 Sugars is tomorrow. Make sure you show up for that. That's going to be a premiere, so make sure you guys show up for that. And I'm Saturday. We have a fight, don't we? Who's fighting Saturday? I forget who's fighting Saturday, but I'll be down for it. All right, I'm out. Oh my goodness, squad up. Yeah.